Hi everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence Gardino. The week begins on Monday, August the 10th, with the moon in the sign of Taurus. The moon goes from sign to sign every 2.5 days. The moon kind of indicates or describes kind of the public tone, what the public is feeling. Moon in Taurus is steady and calming on the positive, or can be a bit stubborn or resistant to change. And some big changes are coming because Mercury, the planet of decision making, is being in conflict with rebellious, unexpected Uranus. Now this could mean that on Monday you're getting some unexpected news where you're feeling you have to make an important decision right away. But the moon in Taurus wants to go slow and steady, but the Mercury Uranus is like, no, this is now. So you might be feeling a bit stressed or you're really resistant about having to make any kind of decision because it's happening all too quickly. I guess the best advice is to breathe, meditate, go take a walk, and then come back and make your decision. On Tuesday, the moon continues in Taurus, but that Mercury-Uranus craziness has moved on. And now the moon is in harmony with optimistic, generous Jupiter and also powerful, profound Pluto. So it's a very favorable day on Tuesday to accomplish a lot. That's the moon in Taurus, and to feel like you're not being rushed. On Wednesday, now the moon is shifting into Gemini. About 6:47 a.m. Pacific time is when the moon goes into Gemini for 2.5 days. Moon in Gemini, it triggers a lot of brainstorming and ideas and conversations, a restlessness, a jitteriness, really stimulating the mind. By Thursday, here's the moon still in inquisitive, distracting, curious Gemini, but now the Mars, ambitious, assertive Mars, is in hard aspect with Pluto. Now, Mars-Pluto could trigger some really intense ego disputes on the negative, but it's just energy. And so it's important not to be swept away by the energy. In other words, react with a lot of impatientness, irritability, fighting, but to just stop and think and don't react, because Mars-Pluto can actually be very favorable for providing you with a lot of energy to accomplish your goals. On a more mundane level, Mars can be dealing with fixing and repairing, and Pluto is like overhauling. Good day for repairs, good day for any kind of project, whether it is in the backyard, whether it is with fixing your car, or cleaning out the closets. Friday, the moon is void of course for a good 12 hours. I usually talk about moon void of course each week. When the moon is void of course, again, the moon in the sign is no longer making any other aspects with other planets until it changes signs and starts the process again. So when the moon is not making any aspects, the energy is flat. It's good for staying the course, keeping with the routine, but not so good for launching any new project, starting a new job, starting a new business, because the energy is flat. Now, this moon, void of course, in Gemini is from 4:20 a.m. to 4:36 p.m. Pacific time. At 4:36 p.m., it moves into Cancer, where Gemini is like all over the place, jumping from one idea to the next, being distracted, being mentally stimulated. Moon in Cancer is more reflective, more turns inward, and also more emotional. Now, on Saturday, the planet Uranus, the planet of innovation, a lot of rebellion, a lot of this, a lot of exciting breakthrough change. Uranus is going to go retrograde. Now, it's going to go retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus. So if you have any planets around 10 degrees, and especially Taurus, Scorpio, or Aquarius, Leo, because those are forming hard angles. And if it's around 9, 10, 11 degrees of those signs, that you might be experiencing a lot of unexpected stresses and upsets. Now, but for a lot of people, this might just be a situation where you're hearing about some real upsets and rebellion in the world, but maybe not in your own personal life. The moon continues in Cancer on Saturday, and it's going to be aligning with pleasure-seeking Venus. Moon Venus, very favorable for socializing. And with the moon in Cancer, maybe you just want to socialize and hang with family, or have a more low-key party at your own home. Later, it's in harmony with Uranus. And the moon Uranus is where you want to like break out of the old routine. Let's go to a new restaurant, go, some new activity. It's like get out of your old stale routine. Sunday, the moon continues in Cancer for one more day. The moon, however, is going to be in opposition, confrontation to powerful Pluto and to restricted Saturn. So there might be a lot of stress and mood swings. But also on that day, the sun is going to be in harmony with Mars. So Sun Mars, you're able to accomplish a great deal of work. That's the Mars. And have the courage to take some bold risks. But at the same time, you may be out of your comfort zone a bit because of the moon in conflict with Pluto and Saturn. You might be feeling a lot of emotional mood swings, but with the Sun Mars, you're still going for it. So before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for the one question offer for a nominal fee. You can find a direct link to order it in the description box below the video. The time of birth is always important if you have it. And so I want to thank you for watching. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.